Okay, so we're going to do a live on tarot reading. It's going to be about the collective. Okay, so we're going to do a live on tarot reading. It's going to be about the collective. Oracle cards from Alana Fairchild. They're not new, but they're new for this live. And yeah, we're going to talk about runner, chaser. We're going to talk about the union, upgrades, upgraded light codes, things of that nature to make things maybe ease the weekend for some of you who may be suffering, separation. It is not easy, my friends, to be in a twin flame journey. And it is not easy to be in separation. Okay, so I understand. So I'm waiting for people to get on. Hi, Cindy. If you can't, share the live. If you can, share the live. This is all going to be about twin flames, twin rays, and high-level soulmates. And we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to do some readings. So I'm waiting for 9 people. Usually that's my number, 9. And once we get to the number 9, we'll start going. We will start going. Hello, TF Journey. So 3 people. All right. We just need 6 more. So if you guys want to share the live, this is going to be exclusively about the twin flame journey. And I'm going to explain to you how you can go from twin flame to twin ray, what the process is, what's needed for that to happen. Okay. Because without it, okay, if you don't get to some level of consciousness, both of you on somewhat of an equal footing, you'll never be in permanent union. You'll just have a weekend and then they'll run. You'll have, a month in silence and then you'll run. And I'm going to tell you some real stories about clients that I've been working with. We got the number 9. Thank you. Share it alive if you can. All right, let's begin. So good morning. Good morning, TF Journey. It's good to see you. All right, so Victoria Rose, thank you for being here. So sit tight. Give your angels, guides, and allies permission to guide you in this reading, because we're going to be talking about, it's all readings today, okay? Today we're going to talk about brass tacks. Okay, so they're telling me that I need to start with my journey, okay, because that may actually help you. So I started my journey and my twin flame journey when I was 18 years old. I met my twin in Miami Beach, Florida in 1981. He was 33. And we met, and I could actually, if you want to tell you exactly how we met, like the details, but suffice it to say that even though there was massive sexual energy, clearly the age difference was, not to mention, he was with a high-level soulmate, on the side note, when we met. So we ended up, he actually turned me into a vegetarian on the spot. I went cold turkey vegetarian the day I met him. He gave me a mantra, my first mantra. So by 18, I had been given my first mantra, and he gave me my first mala. Mala is like rosaries. They're also called japa beads. 180 beads are on a japa, and so when you chant one round, it's called one round. 108 times. Okay, so that happened for 2 weeks. We kept meeting, reading Cos Castaneda, reading all kinds of esoteric books. He would have me read them out loud. He would have me. He would ask me if I understood what the fuck I was reading, which was appropriate because I was 18, and he was shocked at how I knew shit. And I did believe in reincarnation. I'd been reading books, esoteric books, since I was 14, unbeknownst to him. Kind of unfair. He didn't know I knew this shit to that level. Anyway, suffice it to say, the kiss came. That night, it was time for me to go back to New York, and the kiss came. And the kiss was mind-blowing. There has never been a kiss to match it since. Only with him has it been matched, okay? He tracked me down in Switzerland. My parents didn't want to be involved with him because he was in a temple, and they were afraid of cults and shit like that. I'm just telling you how it happened. And long story short, he tracked me down. I don't know how he did it. It's a fucking miracle. He tracked me down in Switzerland. And his voice, and this is something else you'll know about twins, the voice is a memory. And I'm not sure if it's the voice tone so much as the timbre and frequency and resonance of the soul speaking through the throat chakra. Does that make sense? Any questions so far? So the voice will be very, very, it'll be nectar to your ears. You will melt. And subsequently, we stayed apart for 27 years, okay, to get to the point. We had another union in 2008, which lasted 4 months on the phone. It was nectar. We'd be on the phone for fucking 6 hours. I'm not joking. And this was every fucking day, until there was a fallout. At the time, I was married, and my marriage was over. To my high-level soulmate, who I had been married to for, at that time, 25 years. And I can explain to you some of the things of why I didn't go into union with him as a young woman. And it had a lot to do with self-loathing. It had a lot to do with disrespect of myself. I had certain things had happened to me from the time I had met him to the time I was reconnected to, when I was ready at 25 to call him again. And unfortunately, there was a lot of shame, a lot of regret, a lot of that. So that actually was me being a runner, because I didn't feel valuable to myself. Okay, long story short, we were in union from 2014 to 2018. Came back into union in 2019, so it was not a long break. It was like it was like a 2-month break. And then we separated again due to my son needing my time, my help, and that's another story. And finally, we went into final union in 2022 and came into physical union in 2023, and he passed away July 19th of this year. What happened last year and the year before was very important for him. The separation for him was about going through the annihilation of his demons, because, and the year before was very important for him. The separation for him was about going through the annihilation of his demons, because and dangerous. And being that he was an alpha male, very masculine in his demeanor, he didn't take a lot of shit from people, and that made him a lone wolf. Long story short, we went from twin flame to twin ray. And it happened imperceptibly at first, until one day I sat by his bed. I was spoon feeding him food. He had brain cancer. And I said to him, "Oh my God, I think we just crossed something, like a shift happened." And he looked at me and he nodded his head like he had felt it too. So there was almost like he was going through his purging, I was going through my purging, and the final steps were into twin ray. Now, if you ever listened to my lives in the past, if you've ever followed me, I would say that I said that twin flames could transport themselves into twin ray, but I never thought it would happen to us. I never thought it would happen at all. And yet it did. And it did, because he was ground to dust, I was ground to dust, meaning our egos, and we came in our purest soul. Light started shining through, and at that moment, we crossed a river. And it was a river of 5D consciousness. And that is why I'm still able to communicate with him and to actually see him and feel him on the daily. That's twin ray. That's 5D. 6D, actually, also. So any questions or comments on that? Does that help you in me sharing that? I thought it might help. Okay? Can you blow the wind of healing in my lower back, please? Okay, my friend, you can go to hell and in a bucket, okay? Sorry, I'm just not gonna, like comment to you and deal with you and, deal with what you're saying. If you want to be rude, then you can be a bully somewhere else, and you're more than welcome to find someone else to block or to harass, okay? All right, so any other questions from like a smart person that has a brain? Let me see. Any other person? Because some of the comments I'm seeing here are really ridiculous. This is one of the reasons why I don't go too public with my own personal life, because there's that. There's always one asshole in every crowd, no offense. Okay, so any questions or comments? Do you have any questions about your twin flame journey? Do you have any questions? This is the time, because I don't do this often. Any questions or comments? Okay. Any questions or comments? Okay. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Let me see. A new message. Let's see. What is a twin ray? Okay, a twin ray, thank you. Good question. I'm shocked none of you have asked, but she had to ask. Okay. A twin ray is a frequency that is where the egos are no longer taking control of the souls. What are examples of twin rays? High level twin rays are Mary of Magdalena and Yeshua would be your sacred twin rays. And the reason why they're on a high level is because you know why, right? I mean, they were highly spiritual. They were out reaching the plebs, the populace, and trying to get people to understand love and kindness, generosity, God frequency, and you do unto others as you would do unto yourself, manifestation, and the purity of their love was unsurpassed. And so what I will say to you is the twin ray is when you are, for us, we're kindergarten levels. We're preschool level twin rays. Does that make sense? So preschool level is that we finally have understood that our egos have been our enemy, and it's been our parasitical energy that kept us into runner-chaser dynamics, egoic things, cheating, playing games, stealing, lying, things of that nature, okay? So when you get into the twin ray, what happens is those games are off the table for good. And your goal, thank you, love, light, spirit, and your goal is for you to get into a place of this understanding that your ego is to be a servant to the soul. How do you get to twin rays? You stop your bullshit and you start waking up to the love and the soul connection that you have with your person, with your twin. And so flame means burning, doesn't it? It means fire, passion, but it also means some of the negative aspects that we have trapped in our root chakra, right? Does that make sense? So when you graduate from twin flame to twin ray, all of the fuckery that has kept you in separation and being together and separation and being together. I'm going to give you a story real quick of an actual client I've been working with for 3 years on her twin flame journey. So I told her, there's a couple things I coach clients on. I told her she needs to speak more like a man, not like a woman. And women tend to just go on and on and on and on, and the man's not hearing a fucking thing. So I coached her on how to speak to him in a way where he would get it. So after he accused her of some fuckery, which was a lie, right? After 2 months of silence, I told her, do not contact him. He will contact. He's a twin flame, girl. He's contacting you. Don't even think about it. It's happening. Are you sure? Absolutely. Why? Well, because he's a twin flame. He can't breathe without you. Once you meet, it is a whole different ballgame. It's weird. It's like you've lived your whole entire life without your twin. And as long as your twin is the physical body living on the planet Earth, yeah, they're calling you back. So guess what? After 2 months of silence, he did the yo, because he's being like a little boy, like he fucked up. And he knew he fucked up really, really bad. So he went ahead and finally said, hi, how are you doing? And they finally ended up, speaking on the phone, a real conversation like two adults. And she was trying to figure out, why is he talking to me like that? Like I said, he's like a little boy that's 9 years old. I stole the cookie in the cookie jar and accused you of eating all the cookies. So, and he knows he did it. So now he's going to come as a little boy. He's going to come sheepishly, like, kicking rocks towards you. So anyway, they had a real conversation. And finally, this is a 3D masculine. Okay, he is so 3D. You can't get more 3D. Okay, if he can't see it, he won't believe it's real. But here's what he said to her, and blew her mind. He said, I don't understand. Why is it I can't get you out of my mind? Now, in my readings, I had told her he's having dreams about you. He's dreaming about you, and he's fighting it. This is 2 months of readings, right? And finally, she says, I can't believe it. He said, he's been dreaming about me. I go, bingo. Yeah, he's been dreaming about you. Because his soul knows he's fucking up. And she said, he doesn't understand why my voice is so, it's like his whole body just lights up with my voice. What is that? And I said, because his soul knows your soul. You are actually having concurrent incarnations. I mean, technically, you are one soul split into two different bodies having different experiences. He's having a masculine experience, you're having a feminine experience. And she said, so what's going to happen? I said, you need to start giving him the books. You need to get him out of 3D into 4D, or else you'll be back on the hamster wheel of cycling through the runner chaser bullshit. And so that's where we're at now with this. But he is coming back to her. By the way, he's married. He has a kid, blah, blah, blah. And I've been telling her for 3 years, you are his oxygen. You are his oxygen. And now, some twin flames, I'm just going to be straight up, some masculine twin flames are straight up the Emperor energy. Emperor energy is stoic. And they will not let you know they need you. They will not let you know that they're having dreams about you. They will not let you know that they can't. They're having a hard time getting you out of their head. It's becoming like it's like an obsession, and they start fighting it because as masculines they don't want to be owned by anyone. Some of these masculines do not want to be owned by anyone, especially someone that makes them feel as if they can't live without you. Or that, sure, they can live without you, but there won't be the nectar, the delicious nectar of being in your arms. And they start going after other women to sink their lies into another woman, hoping that it's just a passing thing and that after 6 months they'll get over it. Maybe it'll take a year, maybe 2. I'm not joking. This actually happens, where men will start having sex indiscriminately with other women just to get it out of their system. And they'll realize that they're not even able to perform with these women many times unless they're high or they're drunk. Any questions so far what I'm saying? So what happens is that the divine feminine, the twin flame, okay, feminine, is going to feel bereft, destroyed, and it will throw into the dark night of the soul. Now, I'm going to just preface this by saying, in this particular client's story, let's call her Alice. Alice and I both agreed that I didn't think, I told her, I don't know if he'll ever fucking come out of 3D. It may be that he's going to be stuck in 3D for the rest of this incarnation. But what I said to her is, but you're planting seeds for the next incarnation. Mark my word. And then I told her, I had an Akashic download where I had said to her like a year ago, I said, here's the thing, he wants to make you his mistress. And this is something, now take note, these people are both American citizens, but they're foreigners, meaning they've never lived they weren't born and raised in the USA. So here's what I'm about to tell you. I said, you were a quadroon mistress in New Orleans in the early 1810, 1819. You were his mistress, and you were not allowed to have children. He didn't want any children with you. He just wanted, and he took care of you because you had no choice. And because it was that or being on the streets. You loved him, don't get me wrong. He loved you, don't get me wrong on that. But he was married and he had a whole separate family. And he's trying to do that with you again. It's a loop. He's looping into a cycle from the shadowy reverberation of that past life in New Orleans, okay? Now, both of them come from different places in the world, okay? But they're American citizens, blah, 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 and they've built their lives here. And they're very successful, each equally on their own. She is a badass bitch. She is, but she's very elegant. She's very petite. She's very, what's the word? Very Shakti, sweet energy, right? Very, very loving, all of that. But she is very independent. She's like the Iron Rose, right? And so he has always wanted to be with women he could make them submissive to him. Okay, just so finally he's realizing that what he decided to go for, this would be his second marriage, was really a kind of an arranged marriage. Okay, in that he wanted a woman to look a certain way. And he got that. He got a child with that. But he doesn't like having sex with her. And I told that to this client. I said he's not even able to perform. When he does try, he's not able to complete the assignment. Okay, he's not into her, and he loves every single thing about you. And she said, yes, I mean, she has long hair down to her hips. And she said, yes, you know, he just texts, my hair is so shiny and this, and he loves the softness of my skin, my roundness, my round. I mean, she was telling me, yes, I mean, how do you, you know, so obviously, well, I'm a psychic. I'm fucking reading the, you know, the energy. And she's, so, but I said to her, what's happening is it's gotten to the point where it's cheaper to keep her. So, but now, I did a reading for her after this conversation she had. It looks like now he's realizing that the price is high. The price is too high. He can't live without her. Now, one of the things, she would send me pictures of these people. Okay, what the hell? And I read body language. I read people. I read eyes. I read expression. I read body language. And she said, what do you see here? And I said, well, I see here that he's gained 40 pounds. I see here that he's got a cortisol face, meaning his face is round now. And he used to have not a chiseled face, but his face, he had a jawline, this and that and the other. And I said, when a man or a woman gains weight like that in a relationship that's only a 2-year marriage, they should be having sex like rabbits everywhere. They should be having a great time. And he's not. And I can see he's not getting nookie, meaning he's not getting pleasure. They're not making love, okay? And they're not even effing, okay? So clearly he's gaining weight out of frustration. And he's not going for the okie doke of the old ways where he would just pick up a chick for the night and just have a one-night stand. He's not doing that anymore because he can't anymore. See, that's what you guys understand. Many of you think that your men, some of your men are actually playing going around, okay, and doing their thing. And some of your men, let's be honest, are addicted to shit. And so that helps them completely blindfold themselves to what they're feeling. So when someone's addicted to anything, okay, it's going to take much longer for them to start having those dreams and realizing that they're making a massive mistake by running from you, okay, that it's actually harming them. That's number one. Number two, if your person is sober, which this man is sober as hell, sober as a judge, he doesn't take anything. He was entrenched in 3D, and when somebody's entrenched in 3D, it's going to take time, but here I am looking at the miracle of this man who is finally asking the right questions. What is this? I know you know what this is. And I told, don't ever tell him you're a twin flame. Don't do that. You can't explain that there's a soul bond. But as he wakes up from 3D into 4D, 4D means you believe in reincarnation, karma, reincarnation. You believe in past lives. You start understanding the energies and frequencies of how manifestation works, how frequency works, how karma works from past lives to this life, shit like that. That's really important, okay? Massively important, because once that happens, your runner can't run much further. It's no longer going to be possible. It's no longer going to work in that way. And it can't work anymore. And so what happens is the runner starts jogging in place. Okay, for the lack of a better way to express it, which means they're giving you the impression they're running, but they're not. They're leaning. They're like cocking their ear towards you. They're almost like leaning backwards towards you, trying to figure out what the hell this is. And the key here, and what happens actually, let me back up. What happened with her, and this is it's a very feminine thing. It's normal, is that she has shut down certain aspects of herself, her sexual desires for him, because she's afraid of being hurt. It's a safety valve. Women have it. A lot of women have it. And what happens is, a lot of you would say, well, in that case, it's not a twin. No, it is a twin. Okay? It is a twin. However, her whole level of safety has been shattered, because you've got to understand, they were lovers. He went to another country to pick up a wife, a mail order bride. I'm just going to lay it out. He lied to her. She made a pact that if he got her pregnant, he got this woman pregnant, he married, she wouldn't be able to, she'd stop her connection with him, and she wasn't able to, because it's very hard to walk away from a twin. Very, very hard. This is not a woman that's cheating. This is a woman who was in a relationship with a man before he ever had a fiancé and ever had a wife. Okay, so they were together before he got married, on the side note. But on the side note of also people who accuse other people of cheating, there are two types of women. The women that cheat just for a flex. I got this husband, I got him in bed, I bagged him, good, I'm glad, I had fun, I'm not interested in the wife, I don't care what damage I'm doing in the marriage, I'm just here to have fun, and he's a hottie. Okay, there's that kind of woman. And then there are women like twins, twin flames, who actually don't want to cheat, who don't want to take a husband, who don't want to do any of that. But it's like beyond their control. I'm not joking. It's because the soul bond is so fucking high. And until you have been on a twin flame journey, you actually have no right to judge people who are doing that or have done that. No right. You have no idea. Typically, twin flames come into a marriage, okay, typically to show the twin that's married that the marriage is shit. Believe me. Trust me. When a twin comes into a marriage that's bonded with a high-level soulmate, and the high-level soulmate, a marriage is beautiful, the money's good, the sex is great, all of that is good, all of that, plus they have kids, the twin won't have a shot in hell. It won't, because they're happily married. There are a lot of twins out there that choose to be with their high-level soulmate as opposed to coming into union with their twin flame. Why? Well, because the twin flame typically is there to be, what is the word, upgraded themselves. In other words, typically I've found with my clients that the twin that is coming into a marriage that's a good marriage, they're the ones trying to be, recalibrated, set up, triggered, awakened. Do you understand? It's not the twin that's married to their high-level soulmate that's in a good marriage. However, when a twin flame is married to a toxic marriage, in other words, the marriage is crumbling, and they're just holding on by a thread because they've got kids, because it's cheaper to keep them, because it's too complicated, all of that, but they're not having sex. It's a celibate marriage, or it's a toxic marriage, or it's an abusive marriage, or all of the above, and all of that is happening, that the twin flame usually walks in to show them what nectar looks like, because they've forgotten what it was like to have nectar. They've forgotten how to be with someone they could just feel like they were at home finally. And so in that situation, a marriage that was standing on one leg starts imploding, collapsing, because the twin is there to actually incite that. Now, if a woman decides, in this case, we're going to talk about female energy right now. If a woman decides to divorce her husband to be with her twin, she's making a massive mistake, because the lesson in that isn't to leave your husband for the twin. It's to leave your husband or to leave your wife, because it no longer works. In fact, it hasn't worked for years. It just took your twin to show you that it was time. Does that make sense? But you never leave with the thought that you're going to bridge from an old marriage that's crumbling into a new bridging to your twin. If you do that, many of you will be sadly disappointed. However, if you leave for yourself, the twin's soul will know, she knows how to be independent, or she knows how to do blah, blah, blah. And then the twin will then come back. But if you leave for the twin will become a runner. 9 times out of 10, that's not for everybody. I can tell you it wasn't for me. I did bridge. But I do talk to clients all over the world, thousands of clients all over the world, and I've seen that pattern where they make the mistake of leaving for the twin, and the twin just bails, and they're like, what the fuck? And that's a massive betrayal. Do you understand? So make sure that if that happens to you, I hope it doesn't actually, that you don't do it for that reason. Does that make sense? Okay. Hi, everyone. Any questions or comments? Do you have any questions? What if I made the mistake of telling him? You've made a massive mistake because you never tell anyone how to do anything or think of anyone. For example, you don't tell people to meditate. You meditate in front of them and they will meditate. Does that make sense? You don't tell someone to go and lift weights and exercise. You do it and they will do it too. They'll just follow you. And so when you tell someone that you are in a twin flame, that you're my twin, no offense, with all the bad press with a Twin Flame Universe on Amazon Prime about, and the reporter from Vanity Fair that did a whole article on how Twin Flame is a new age thing, which I've done so many lives on that, on how twin flames, the term twin flame first came into, the concept of twin souls came into conversation by Plato. So, I mean, it's not exactly, there's nothing new age about it, okay? But beyond that, many of us, including myself, I remember past lives with my twin on other planets. And that might be woohoo to you, but if you're a twin, if you really are a twin, it won't be woohoo at all. It will not be. If you think that's woohoo, you have a lot of work to do on yourself. A lot of spiritual understanding, recalibration, because you need to rewrite history, because the history we were taught about how we developed as human beings is an absolute fucking lie. And now there's no deny. Pretty much some of the most brilliant minds on the planet know this. Know this. The elite know this, by the way. So we need to, like, if you don't believe that, then there's a problem. But with that said, having said that, I remember past lives, 2 past lives on other planets with my twin. And I was given a download of a future life that we're going to have together on another planet. It's already off planet. It will not be on this planet Earth, okay? So if that makes you knee-jerk, like that doesn't make sense, then you need to understand that the human brain is controlled by your ego. No offense, okay? This is normal. A lot of people go through that. And that this is why people take different plant medicines to literally beat the shit, the ego out of their way so they can actually expand their mind. I'm not kidding. Some of you don't need to ever do that. All you need to do, I'm actually not kidding. Some of you already have the hardware, meaning the human body and a brain that is on a higher frequency already, and you just need to allow it to unlock its shit so that you can actually understand things that for another hardware, another body would take fucking 10 years to understand. You probably could actually understand it in 1 year. Do you understand? You would be able to catch up and upgrade yourself. Okay, some of you actually don't need it, but some of you who are really in your egos, be honest with yourselves. Okay, just be real. Ego isn't always arrogance. Okay, I think people mistake that. Ego is also self-deprecating. It's also self-loathing. It's also self-harming. So if your ego is massive, it is a massive influence in your day-to-day, right? And you know that you're not being divinely guided by your own soul, then yeah, you know, that's going to be a problem. Okay? Does that make sense? Any questions so far on that? Yeah, he left shortly after that and then told me his feelings changed to more of a friendship. Yeah, because no offense, I don't want you to regret this, but when people do that, you're scaring the shit out of them, okay? You're scaring the shit out of them because they're going to go up and Google twin flames or Google or go on YouTube or TikTok, and they're going to get the most pedestrian kindergarten explanation of what twins are. Let's be honest, okay? Most of these content creators saying five signs you're in a twin flame journey. It's regurgitated after. I mean, it's sickening. Actually, what I'm seeing out here, it's sickening. That's why I started creating a platform on TikTok to be one of the voices to talk about from actual experience. By the way, because there are a lot of content creators. I'm not joking. I was thinking of actually giving out names, but I'm not going to do that because, and I can explain why if you want me to, but. What I will say is be discerning, because there's a couple of these people, not a couple, a massive handful of these people who have been with their twin for 2 weeks and never again, who have met their twin twice and never again, and they've created a whole fucking business on talking about twin flames. And it's like, dude, you've never even lived with your twin, and you're actually going to give advice on twin flame unions. And you have never lived with your twin, you've never paid bills with your twin, you've never traveled with your twin. Some of them have not even made love to their twin. Okay? So if you're going to work with someone who's going to coach you or do a reading, ask them, are you in a twin flame journey? How long? It's not actually a bad idea. If I'm going to go to a plastic surgeon or have a mechanic work on my car, I want to know, do you know how to work on Toyotas? Because if all you are working on is other German cars and my car's Japanese, clearly maybe I'm not feeling so comfortable. Maybe I should go with someone who only works on Toyotas. Does that make sense? I mean, it's just common sense to me. So ask the questions. How long have you been in union? Are you in union now? Oh, can you tell me about your journey? Yeah, it sounds intrusive, but fuck, man. You're putting your whole life in someone's hands. So you might as well figure out, do you know this? Or are you doing you're reading all these books and you're going to regurgitate the shit and it's not coming from real downloads. It's crazy out there, okay? I'm just going to be honest, it's crazy. So yeah, telling a twin that they're a twin is a very, very, very bad idea. You want the twin to tell you, I think we're really like very important soulmates. And you can say, like, high level soulmates? Yeah, like that. Like, I don't know, maybe even higher. Let them tell you. They're not stupid. They have words. They can articulate the words. And they can tell you, I've never felt that way before. You think it's a soul bond, or do you think it's the great sex? Do you think the sex is the only thing that makes it great, or do you think it's our soul bond? Ask them, questions, leading questions, so that they can start breaking wide open into a consciousness of going, wait, hang on, what is this? And let them do research. I had a client come to me and say, you won't believe this. What? He asked me if I thought we were twin flames. And I said, what did you do? She said, I think we are. And his face broke into a smile. I think we are too. Let them tell you. You don't tell them. Because with the bad press that's out there, it is definitely not something you want to say. Because at that point now, they'll think of it as obsession. They'll think you're obsessed with them. Okay? And then they'll do everything they can to beat your nectar out of their realm. They will not want to surrender to that. They'll think you're, no offense, a tad touched, a little crazy, okay? Just saying. Why? Because if you're saying that to a 3D human being who doesn't even believe in anything, much less this, you're going to have yourself a runner, and it could be a runner for years. So you never block your twin. You never tell your twin they're a twin. Those are my 2 rules. And they're very good rules, because I was able to go into final union, permanent union. We were going to retire. We were going to have a life together, and it was his time. Okay, so it's not like I haven't lived it, and I've lived with my high level soulmate husband, and we had past lives, and we remembered those past lives together. Actually, I've written a book on that called Recall. You can look it up on my profile page if you want to, on my link tree. That book is a nonfiction, and it's pretty. I'd say it's very erotic, and it's on point with what happens with these past lives and how they can really fuck you over in present life. So it's not good enough to find out that you're a twin. You need more information. You need to know why you're still playing the runner-chaser dynamic in this incarnation, because if you think that's your first time doing it, you're sadly wrong. Because if you weren't, here's the difference with twin rays. I'll explain even further. So I know of 3 twin rays. 3 of them are my clients. 2 of them are people I actually know as friends, okay? So they all share the following. I'll give you a very famous example of a twin ray. David Bowie and Iman. You may not agree, but I'll tell you why I believe that. Because David Bowie went through all his shit, okay? He was bisexual, he was doing drugs. You guys know he was on heroin, all that shit, right? And then he got clean with when he did his Thin White Duke era, okay? And then he met Iman. And immediately he knew, I want to marry that woman. Immediately, he was in a higher frequency. And they never stopped talking to each other. From the day they met, it was a match. All of my twin rays have that same story. They meet, they never stop talking. Once they meet, they are in union. They might be, I got to shoot a movie somewhere, or I have to go to Peru to do some shamanic stuff. It's already pre-booked. I'm going to, but they're always talking. They're always on the phone every single day for hours if they can. And they are not in separation because they want to be, but because they have previous engagements from the time they met. It was pre-booked shit that they can't cancel, right? Okay, so from that time on until the day one of them drops their body, they are in union. That's why Iman to this day says, I am not a widow. I am still married to David Bowie. That woman will never go and date a man again. David Bowie is her husband to this day. It will never end that. And I totally understand that, because that's how I feel as a woman. I am still in my union with my twin ray. I do not need to be with another person. I really don't. So I understand that, because it becomes transcendental. It's a transcendental love, obviously, because love, the situation has been transformed. Okay? So twin rays are like that. So most of you had that beginning, but then it exploded. Something happened. Maybe the person was married, or maybe there was a fight, or maybe there was something that happened, a separation of some kind. And when the separations happen, they're never bad. They're not bad at all. They're for your best, the highest good. And what is the highest good? You're not a frequency match. So when you go into separations, you've got to realize that the separation is the universe saying, you guys aren't playing nice. I'm putting on a very basic term. You're not playing nice. We're going to separate you, and you're going to figure your shit out at separate corners of the room. And when the universe, this is why, like my client who was like, I'm so sick of this shit, I want to fucking block him and this. I said, don't block him. Do not block him. Let him leave the door open, because magic's coming. She went, I said, I don't know what kind of magic, but he's coming in with an offer, and I'm not sure what's going on here, but he is definitely... I need you to be patient. I need you not to fucking give him, carve a new a-hole on him, because he really needs to be heard. I need you to breathe. I know you're angry. I get it. Believe me, I've been there. But I need you to breathe, relax, and let him speak his heart. Don't cut him off. Do not cut him off. And that's going to take a massive amount of discipline. And that's what she did. And that's when he poured his heart out. I mean, poured his fucking heart out. And we were shocked, massive shock, because she didn't see it coming. And in my reading, I wasn't sure that he would actually, I'm being, because I tell my clients, I'm not sure, but this is what I'm reading. This is what I'm being shown with my guides. And it's a fucking 180. I don't know how it's going to transpire, but I think he's getting sick of his wife. He's getting sick of her. And, he's realizing that his life would be what he wants it to be if he had chosen you, if he had just not been afraid of your independence and your power, right? So, I mean, like I said, she's Shakti energy, very sweet, very, 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 very kind, very loving, but she's an iron rose. That's why I call her Iron Rose. There are good rules, however, it isn't the end of the journey. It must just take longer. Exactly that. So I'm going to start a reading, okay? Any questions before I start the reading? I'm going to start a collective reading on the runner energy to see what's going on, and it's not going to be gender specific today, okay? It's not, okay? So any questions before I start? All right, so give your angels, guides, and allies permission to guide you. And if you need a reading from me, you need to go onto my profile page where you can go to my website to fill out an intake form, okay? If you want a reading, if you want to get, not to mention, if you want to make sure it's a twin flame, because some people, a lot of psychics, sadly, are giving people the diagnoses of a twin flame like confetti. Like every fucking psychic is telling people, yeah, it's a twin flame. And it's not that easy to figure out if it's a twin flame. It takes some time. There's a lot of questions I have for you. I do numerology. I do the reading. I look at what I'm looking for. I ask certain pointed questions, and based on all of that is when I get the download twin flame or not, okay? It's not like a 5-minute or 25-minute read. It's a 1-hour read, okay? So it is not something you've got to take it seriously, okay? All right, my love, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle the cards, and when you're ready, you're going to pick right, left, or middle. Right, left, or middle, and we're going to read the energy of the runner energy, which unfortunately you must be here and you're living. And if you're a runner, if you're a runner on this live, I need you to ask yourself, why are you running? Is it your lack of self-worth? Okay, so you got middle, right, okay, left, bloody hell, left. I'm still waiting because I've got so many. So right, left, okay. Oh, bloody hell. One more, please. I need one more. Okay, I'm going to go left. Perfect. All right, let's do it. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is this idea of love, fulfillment. It's the union. It's marriage. It's commitment. It's I have everything I want. I have emotional connection with my beloved. And in this card, there's like 10 cups and a couple embracing with children playing in a rainbow. Crossing the energy is the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is anxiety, prison of your own mind, but it's crossing the energy, which means it's doubting. And because it's crossing the energy, it means it's not fully, what's the word I want to say? It's like somebody's controlling their thoughts to some level. So Nine of Swords is a promise of having anxiety, but somebody is controlling their minds, okay, which is good. Why? Because what's crowning the reading, which is right above the Ten of Cups, is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a psychic energy. So I have clients right now in separation who are in massively calm energy, knowing, I'm not kidding, knowing like they know they're going to have to take their next breath, that their twin is on their way back to them, that they're already in union. It's just a matter of them physically coming back to them. It's the weirdest thing. They're super, super calm. So the High Priestess would give that person this energy of, I know you're coming back. I'm having dreams. I'm having downloads. I'm having feelings. I'm seeing your name everywhere, your number, your birth date everywhere. I'm seeing shit everywhere. There was one of my clients who had, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I'm just going to call it Joaquin. So she starts seeing Joaquin. I'm like I could see Joe everywhere, but not Joaquin. I could see Tony everywhere, but not Joaquin. She goes, yeah, isn't that weird? I'm like, no, it's the universe putting that in front of you. And she was seeing a lot of different numbers that connected to his birthday. Okay. All right. So the High Priestess is this psychic energy of downloads that's giving us the Ten of Cups. And what's crossing the energy is the Nine of Swords, like this burgeoning, like anxiety, but the anxiety is being stopped by death. Death comes right in. Recent past, Seven of Pentacles to the world, a new cycle. Okay, Seven of Pentacles means, do I invest in this or do I invest in that? How do I invest my time? What should I do? And the world is just offering a new cycle. So let's go from death. Death goes into Chariot. Chariot is distance. Now, sometimes the third party energy isn't a woman or a man. It's not a lover. It could be a job. It could be distance. They're in a different state, different town, different continent. It doesn't matter. Chariot is a fast moving energy. 7 into 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is a mastery card. It's mastering something. And I'm not sure that's true. We're going to see if it's a third party energy that's coming in or if we're talking about somebody mastering their power. Okay. Hermit energy is I'm going within, and that's in the 8th position of the Celtic cross. And what that means is I'm going within, I'm introspective, I'm thinking about what I want to experience. I'm afraid of being confused, with the 9th position being 18, the moon, and Justice 11. 11 is coming in saying we need to balance out some of this stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to clarify, and then after that we're going to do an oracle reading. All right, tell me more about the Ten of Cups. The Fool is a brand new cycle. So just like the World is a new cycle, the World card is 21 on the side note, but it says I'm going from chapter 9 to chapter 10, same book. In the Fool, it's I'm getting out a new book. It's a new story. It's a completely new cycle. Okay, all right. Let me keep going. The Fool to the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups to the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands has two meanings. It's a player energy. Okay, it means that the person is a playboy, playgirl. It also means wishy-washy energy to the Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups, it started and it ends with the Ten of Cups. What that means is that you have a situation where you could have it all, right? You're asking for that, what's going on with my beloved, right? My twin. And the Fool is opening a new door, is opening that door. But this hesitation of the Knight of Wands could be, to be honest with you, I'm just going to say, depending on your situation, could be player energy, but or a wishy-washy energy that is not so sure-footed on walking towards the Ten of Cups. So it's almost like a sabotaging situation. Hang on, let me get another. Bear with me. Let me get another deck because I want to clarify the Ten of Cups as well. I want to know, like, what's going on here. What's up with that? Tell me more about the Ten of Cups. Why is it here again? Hermit energy. Yeah, so somebody is like going back and forth with, is this possible? It's this whole idea of you can't have it all. It's one of those ideas. You can't have it all. And the truth is you can. Because your having it all is not mine, right? You can't have it all. So the Hermit, did you get it? Is coming up twice in this reading so far, as in the Ten of Cups, did come up twice. And it's saying, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure what I should be doing here. Should I leave my marriage or should I leave my situation that I feel is safe to go to the Ten of Cups? Is this even possible, or I'm making it up in my mind? That's basically what it's meaning. So the wishy-washy energy is that, or it's that you've got somebody who's actually a player, okay? The High Priestess, why is she here? Knight of Swords is impulsive energy. You've got the Devil. Devil is toxic energy to the High Priestess. Okay, that's an interesting reading right there. Because again, we're getting double whammy cards, right? And why the Devil? So that's what I'm going to be asking. You've got the Four of Cups, which is an opportunity being refused, an opportunity meaning love. The Four of Cups shows a beautiful cup of love, fully filled, with a divine hand holding the cup in the sky. And this person is looking at three cups that were disappointments, and they're ignoring this new opportunity for love. The King of Swords is an analytical energy. It's a very cold energy into the Hangman upside down, which I really love that, because it means that there's going to be action. Okay, Hangman upright would be, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to see things from a different angle. But Hangman upside down, reverse, means I'm moving forward. So there is hope. It looks like this person's being very analytical. There's this Devil energy. The Devil energy is fighting the High Priestess energy, which is the psychic downloads. It's fucking downloads. It's shit happening. And believe me, if you're in a runner-chaser situation or runner-waiting situation, your runner is getting hit by visions, your name appearing, numbers that remind them of you, things like that. Music, all kinds of things are happening. Does that make sense? And they're fighting it. That's why the Devil is here. Any questions so far on that? All right, Nine of Swords sideways. Why is it here, please? The Hierophant is a spiritual awakening. The Two of Cups, fantastic. The Ace of Swords. This is like reading the newspaper. So the Nine of Swords is sideways is an anxiety that is not actually going to reveal itself fully. Somebody like hit the brakes and go, let me calm my ass down. Let me not just go crazy. Hierophant, number 5, is Taurus energy at the highest level of spirituality. However, it is a spiritual awakening, excuse me, with the Two of Cups, twin flame connections. It's an understanding, Ace of Swords, speaking the truth and cutting bullshit out of your life or their life. So even though they're getting hit by, remember, we're asking the question about this energy for the collective on the runner. And so the runner is actually going through this situation of realizing that there is a connection they can't deny. This is actually happening. And I have to be honest about it. And Ace of Swords demands that, to be honest, you have to cut away what no longer serves you. You know what I mean? If you have barnacles on a ship, we clean it off. So they're like barnacles in their hearts, barnacles in their brain. In other words, they're almost frozen by fear. Fear of failure, fear that it won't last, fear that you're too precious to them and they'd rather have you as a friend than a lover, because they always fuck up with lovers. And so and I have a client actually, excuse me, that actually has a twin flame, and he's actually, the sex is fucking, well, no shit, it's a twin flame. Of course the sex is off it's off, it's beyond this planet, right? It's beyond this realm. Okay, well, he knows the sex is amazing, and he chooses other women because he's so terrified of losing her, because her friendship means more to him than anything. So he's a runner, but he cannot have her in his life. Does that make sense? So he's running from a relationship from her, to give you an example of how that shit works. Thank you. I'm glad it's on point, Jennifer. Well, I mean, I wish you were in union, but, I'm glad it's helping. Death. Why is death here, please? The Six of Wands is a conquering hero, triumphant after many, many battles. You win the war. The Wheel of Fortune is on your side. And here comes Nine of Swords, anxiety. So we're having a lot of dupes, okay? And it's not because I've got clarifier cards. That doesn't always happen, on the side note, okay? So when we get the Nine of Swords coming in again to say the anxiety is just really riddling their ability to move forward, right? It's stopping them from moving forward. We have problems. So tell me why. And Six of Wands on the side note is also being noticed. The Wheel of Fortune saying we're on your side. It's good luck. Keep going. It's number 10. Tell me more about the Nine of Swords. Eight of Wands, communication. The Moon, confusion over that. Nine of Pentacles, being in one's independent energy. It's saying, I don't need you. Well, no shit, I don't need you either, but it sure makes life a lot nicer if you're with your twin in union. I mean, you know, the dating game is a bore, or my marriage is a bore, or my situation in life with my person I'm living with is a bore. I mean, I feel like I'm living a half life, and you bring color into my life, but I'd rather deny that and say that I don't need you and I can be independent. And it's the false ego kicking in. Tell me more about Chariot energy, please. Five of Swords, conflict, fighting. The Four of Cups comes back again into the Knight of Cups. What that means is that it's going to be a rush of emotions. Chariot is a fast-moving energy. And so a rush of emotions that are conflicted. The Four of Cups is saying, I can't offer this person anything. I don't trust. I don't want to take this on. And the Nine of Cups saying, but look, offer love and tell me more. And they're fighting their ego and their soul with Strength card. Into the Queen of Swords upside down, which she's pissed off as hell because the Queen of Swords is now getting very impatient. And now we have the King and Queen of Swords represented here on this table. And we're looking at twin flames in separation. When the Queen of Swords is upside down, she is Medusa in action, meaning she is fucking done. So there's anger here. Okay? There's anger, there's frustration. It's like, I'm offering you love. What the hell are you doing with my love? What are you doing? Tell me more about the Three of Pentacles. Is this third party? The Two of Pentacles, yes. The Magician. Okay, Magician to the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. For some of you, this is true. Not all of you. But for some of you, there is a marriage. The High Priestess to the Magician to the High Priestess, and the King and Queen of Swords to the Two of Cups. Yeah, we're talking twin flames, okay? Into the Hermit. What are we doing here? Why is there introspective energy? The Ten of Wands. Yeah, so the Hermit's going within going, there's things that are giving me a lot of pain. Okay, I don't like what I'm feeling anymore. And I've got wands. I've got these 10 wands. They're so heavy. This burden is so heavy. I've got to drop these wands. Is he going to? The Queen of Wands. Perfect. Queen of Wands to the Two of Swords. So it's a denial. The Two of Swords is represented by a woman with two swords and a blindfold over her eyes. And she does not want to see. So it's almost like he doesn't want to see, she doesn't want to see. And on the side note, Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands, an imbalance of power. It's an imbalance of power, though they are of the same suite, okay? So we've got the King and Queen of Swords in separation, right? We've got the High Priestess to the Magician. We've got the Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, I forgot to say. Queen of Cups is here. Queen of Cups is right here. And Queen of Cups, yeah, this is definitely a twin flame reading. Queen of Cups is all this love. So while the Queen of Swords is so some of you are going through the Strength card, which is the fight between the ego and the soul. It's represented by a lion that's controlled by a maiden. The soul is the maiden. The ego is the lion. You know, the animalistic aspect, the primal energy of jealousy and rage. Okay, we got that. We all have it. And the Queen of Swords is, I am fucking done. Into the Queen of Cups. Oh, fuck, I love him. I love her. Fuck it. God damn it. You know, it's like, I was sure that this was the last straw. I was sure that I was going to walk away from this fuckery. And the speed of light comes in this overwhelming love. And a decision has to be made, okay? So, again, we're seeing the Queen of Wands to the Knight of Wands, imbalance of power, to the Knight of Cups to the Queen of Cups, imbalance of power. Does that make sense? Any questions? But if you guys were in your real fucking soul energy, you'd be a power couple with the High Priestess and the Magician. Okay? Any questions? Okay? All right. Let's keep going. Justice, why is it here? Ace of Cups, new love. And I'll explain to you why that is. Ace of Cups, new love. Okay, perfect. So Justice is righting the wrongs. Justice is coming in going, you got fucked over. You're both messing up. We're gonna set it right. Ace of Cups is new love because if you've been in separation, the transformation of the hermit, the introspection that it took to be a hermit, okay, is creating a new dialogue with your twin. The twin that maybe you were in separation for 2 months and somebody said 8 months, okay? When they come back, that's not the same person. In a good way. It's improved. And I found over the years, working with twins all over the world, doesn't matter the culture or religion, that when they come back, the person is better. In other words, they're more aware. Like the story I just told you about my client. I don't know why I can't get you out of my mind. I don't want you out of my life. I can't have you out of my life. I don't care how you want me to be in your life. However you want me to be in your life, I'll do it. Okay, we don't have to be lovers anymore, but I need you in my life. See, that's true love, right? Okay, so Ace of Cups is coming in, saying brand new love from your twin. Into Temperance. Temperance is 14. It's Angel Michael transforming the Two of Cups, pouring one liquid into a cup back and forth, kind of like making a martini. And what it is really is that the energies of you, the Two of Cups, remember, we had that on the table next to the Ace of Swords and the Hierophant, is this new transformation that is needed for a new cycle, the world. Anything else for them, please? Anything else on this, please? Anything else? The Page of Cups is your communication. Communication comes in with the Page of Cups. So, yeah, I feel as if some of you are actually going to be hearing from your twin and that have been in separation for a while. And the communication is going to come from a place of a higher perspective, a level of respect, a level of new love, new understanding that, you know, other women or other men are not able to replace you. You're not replaceable. That's not going to work. It might have worked for other soulmate lovers, right? I mean, many of us have had at least a couple soulmate lovers, right? And we've also had, you know, pedestrians, whatever, what I call nothing, you know, just fucking lessons. And then we've had, maybe some of you have had the joy of being in union with a high level soulmate, because it is beautiful to have that experience as well. And that's why when you meet your twin, even with a high level soulmate, when you meet your twin, it is, nothing can beat it, nothing can touch it. And this is why many of your friends can't understand it. They can't understand you. They won't understand you. They never will, okay? I can tell you all about how beautiful Paris is when you walk through the streets at midnight, right? I could tell you about the rooftops and all of that and the vibe and getting up at 5:30 in the morning way outside for chocolate croissant and smelling it and being right outside when the little bell rings, the little brass bell, and walking in to buy. You're the first one at the door buying croissant and pain au chocolat and stuff like that. I could tell you all about it. You have to live it to experience it. You have to live it. You can't watch it in a movie because there's no smell-o-vision. There's no, the mist in the streets at 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning whenever the bakery opens. And this is a simple example. This is very simple. This is about just fucking getting up in Paris to get a fucking baked goods. So imagine the complexity of telling a friend who's never been in a twin flame journey that this is happening to you. Yeah, they can't. And the problem is that what's happening with you guys sharing your stories with people, you should not share your stories. You do not share your stories with muggles. You find groups of twin flame groups like I have with Andromeda Flame. We have a group, we give classes and this and that, so that women can, it's mostly women, I'll be straight up with you, that we're looking for, high level masculine men. But, men have a hard time with this, talking about it with the ease that women do. But these women are able to help each other because they're all in the same boat. They're all going through the same journey. Okay? That in a way, it's a very intimate group and it's important. So try to create your own intimate group. I mean, this would be a good time for you guys as you're listening to me to actually check each other out on this live and see if you guys can share each other's information with each other so that you can actually go through this process of sharing. Okay? Typically, I don't invite people on the group. I didn't like Discord. Actually, in the end of the day, some of you know what happened with that one, and I'm laughing. Because even bad things that happen are usually good in the end run. I love that we have a very intimate group. If you want to join my other group, which you're more than welcome, just hit me up on my on my messenger, and I will give you the information for my Starseed Awakening group. And even that will help you out because that group is a bigger group and you can go through that group and start talking to people. It's on WhatsApp, by the way. So there's people from all over the world. I also have a Telegram a group. If you want, join me on Telegram, and I'll post the link. But if you look up Sacred Intimacy Tarot on Telegram, I should come up. If not, let me know, and I will, I'll share the link. But WhatsApp is what we're using in quickly. It's a good group, and that's going to help you, because you need to actually talk to people who are like you, or else you're going to feel bereft. You're going to feel crazy. You might even start gaslighting yourself, and emotionally harming yourself in doing that, thinking that you're dealing with obsession. That's all it is. Now, for some of you, to be honest, I'm assuming that you know what you're doing, and you know that you're a twin flame. But if you don't, if you're not sure, then rather than go through cycles of years not knowing, you may want to do a reading with someone like me. If someone out there that you really, really love, that you really trust, that you really know, you feel they know their shit. I know some people who are coaching, who are wise enough, because they've not been in union with their twin, who are not coaching, though they're in a twin flame journey. They're not coaching twin flame because they haven't gone through all the hoops. So they can't, but they coach on other spiritual matters, and that's good, and that's fair, and that's exactly what they should be doing. Any questions on that? Any questions on this journey? So they will always, I would love to join WhatsApp. Okay, so go ahead and hit me up on a DM, and I'll go ahead and, okay, cool. All right, wonderful. Just go ahead and DM me, and I will go ahead and, just, give me your number, and I'll add it to the WhatsApp, and I'll add you to the group. And then you can have dialogue, you can have the dialogue that you need and the support that you need, so that you can move forward and not feel so damn alone. And most of the people on the WhatsApp are my clients, okay? Just so you know, they've worked with me. So on that particular group. On this other group, I'm going to be blunt. That other group is for those who take classes from us. When Andromeda and I open classes, that's for that group, because that's where we send the links and this and that. So it's a smaller group. But if you ever want to take classes, you'll be added to that group as well. Okay? All right. So any other questions, my loves? All right. So I'd like to, so just DM me. All of you DM me. Okay? We're good? All right. Let's go right into the Oracle reading. The first thing I'm going to do, Alana Fairchild is my girl. Love to as well. Yes, absolutely. Just go ahead and hit me up. Go on my website if you want, or message me directly on TikTok, on Messenger. You're allowed. Don't put yourself as a... make sure I can find your message on TikTok. Just go on my profile and send me a message. That's all. And then so if you did anything else but that, do it again, and then I'll see all your messages, and then I will go ahead... You know what? I'll just give you my number, and you guys can actually just hit me up on WhatsApp, and then I'll just add you. Just tell me. Is that cool? We'll do that. All right. So the first cards I'm getting today, and I've never done this with you guys before, is the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Okay. And I thought it'd be a lot of fun for us to actually pull out not just one Oracle card today, but maybe 2 or 3. And so the first one I wanted to do was to find out what crystals the universe wants you to maybe buy. Okay. And so what I want you to do is put the energy of what crystal do I need for my twin flame journey. Yeah. Now we're going to talk about twin flames again. We're going to talk about what you need in this Oracle deck. What crystal do you need for your twin flame journey? How is that going to help you? Beautiful. Thank you. I'm excited. This is good. I'm excited. All right. Yeah. So we're going to do crystals. So when you're ready, right? Me too. I love crystals. So, oh, cool. Thank you. Okay, I got you. VDRS, I got you. I got you. Thank you. All right. So I want you guys to pick bottom, top, or middle. Bottom, top, or middle. And what I love about Alana Fairchild, she is my girl. You will find me mostly 99% of the time pulling out her decks. I own damn near all her decks. I'm almost embarrassed to say that because it's ridiculous. Bottom. Okay, I'm going to stop. Bottom. Okay, we got 2 bottoms. Okay, we're doing bottom. All right, so the crystal that we got. Who else? Let me see what else. Middle. Hi from London. Yay, you're here. Okay, all of you follow Andromeda Flame, if you don't mind. Did everyone say bottom? Because I that's insane. You guys all said bottom. That's fantastic. Okay. So Top. Okay, I'm going to actually pull out a top. Okay. Anything else? Does anybody want a middle? I'm actually going to do it. But I'm going to go with bottom first, and then we'll go from top. Any, you go? Oh, good. I'm glad you do. All right. Any other middle? Okay, good. So I'm going to pull out from the middle, and I'm going to read them in order. Okay, so you know. Okay, so we've got bottom. Okay, so it's number 7. It's angel. It's archangel. I believe Kaliel, Caliel, and the crystal is called polychrome jasper. Sacred play. Crystal angels 444. Did you get that? Angel Kaliel, Caliel, and the crystal is polychrome jasper, sacred play, and the crystal angels is 444. I'm going to read it to you, and I'll read the top, you know. All right, let's see what I can do. Let's see how much. Okay, here we go. All right, now the writing is tiny, so bear with me. We bring, so again, this was bottom, okay, just to make sure you understand. This is your crystal for bottom. Again, polychrome jasper. We bring you the gift of sacred play. We enter your heart bringing joy and an ability to have fun, to laugh, and to be silly and playful side of life, and to be entertained by the wonderful spectacle of life. When you know how to look, you will see the joyful hand of the Creator behind so many of the people, places, and things you see every day. You will begin to feel the Creator's delight in creation, and you will feel laughter and deep in your soul, a joyful connection with the universe as you realize that even in its strange, sometimes dark mystery, life has a brightness and a delight to it, a sense of humor, and a quirky, amusing, enjoyable beauty. We know there is great joy inside of you, and we will help you reconnect with that joy now. So even in your most arduous challenges, will not diminish your capacity to feel the light of your spirit and take delight in your life. That is an incredible crystal. You guys need to, again, polychrome jasper. It takes courage to connect with your inner world, to go deep into the truth of your pain and bring love to those wounds, to allow a healing current to transform and free you from the past. It takes maturity to live with depth, to look beyond the surface, and to refuse to give up on your journey when something difficult is asked of you in order to grow. To succeed on the spiritual path, you need this willingness to enter the darkness and liberate the love from within, opening the darkness up to receive divine light. Although there can be great joy in the resolution of such suffering, during the process itself, there may not seem to be much joy at all. Did you hear that? Holy shit. Right? Write it in the comments so we can screenshot. Okay. I wish I could like take a picture, honestly, and send it to you. But hang on, let me see comment. Okay, so it's polychrome. Hang on, okay, polychrome. Oh, here we go. Jasper. That's the crystal for joy and laughter. Okay, so that's not the kind of crystal, I can tell you, that I've seen in tumbled shops. Unless you have a really, really good crystal shops that has tons of tumbled stones, you know, like for $6 or $2 or whatever. So you may want to go on Etsy, okay? You may want to go on Etsy to look for that. Just saying, okay? But you may have an incredible metaphysical store that has amazing array of crystals. I don't know. All right, so the next one is 36, which is fantastic. It's number 9. It's the master number. And I love her because she understands numerology so well. Crystal Master number 333, Ascended Master Mataji, Ascended Master Mataji, and the crystal for you guys who this was top, right? Because the last one is middle, okay? So this was top, and so it's for relief and repair, and it's the Crimson Cuprite. Crimson Cuprite. I'm gonna write it down right here. Hang on. So it's 36. Oh, merde alors. Excuse me. Hang on. So 36. Ascended Master Mataji. And then I'm just going to put Crimson Cuprite. Okay? That's the crystal for top. Okay? All right, let me read it. So this is for you. We bring you the gift of sacred... Oh, wait, wrong page. It's Fucking unreal. Hang on, let me find the page. I'm as excited as you are. All right, here we go. Relief and repair. Ascended Master Mataji, Crimson Cuprite. We bring you the blessings of relief and repair. Our warmth and nurturing will restore and rebalance your body, mind, and soul when the light of spirit burns too brightly. Spiritual light is like the light of the sun. Wow. It brings life and joy, but too much can burn. If that happens to you, you will feel overwhelmed, overheated, overexcited, or overstretched mentally, physically, or emotionally. We will help you recover and increase your ability to be exposed to spiritual light again in futures without becoming overloaded or burnt out. We ask you to soften and relax into our rich red energy now, which nurtures you with the cooling restorative life force of the Earth Mother. We shall help you naturally discharge excess energy whilst we revive, strengthen, and fortify you with our nourishing grace. On the path of light, there are many highs, beautiful visions, stunning inspirations, and transcendent experiences of bliss, love, and peace. It can feel amazing, yet like the uplifting and inspiring light of the sun, it is possible to have more of a good thing than you can handle at any one time. Overexposure is the spiritual light feels great for a moment and then terrible afterwards. The body and mind can feel burnt out, overloaded, and confused. The great high followed by a dreadful low. You may feel emotionally unstable and even overwhelmed by so many inspirations, but with no real plan as to how you can bring them to life with methodical, practical steps. The spiritual light can help you live your divine destiny, but for it to shine bright and show you the way rather than burn you, you must learn how to balance your love for the light with devotion and care for your body. Yes, so what's happening as we go through a spiritual awakening to the, I just saw a dragonfly. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. The body is going to go through massive changes because it needs to upgrade the DNA. It needs to upgrade the DNA, and it needs to, for it to be able to be a match to the new frequencies. And some of our dense bodies are not going, they just can't allow it. You know what I mean? Our dense body, it's like taking, I'll give you an example. It's like taking a Mac, a computer from the 1970s and trying to download new software from today. It will not work. It can't work. So that means we have to upgrade the hardware, the body, for it to come into accepting new downloads. I'll get that deck. I'm going to, if I can find that, I'll post it on one of my, things, one of my posts, and then you can buy it if you want from me. Okay, we bring you the gift of heavenly mercy. As you grow spiritually, your energy field becomes more substantial. So this is angel usual and smoky quartz. So this is about heavenly mercy. Let me, hang on, I just forgot to do this again. So this is 18, which in spirituality, in Kabbalah numerology, is spiritual material conflict. So it's angel usual. It's so weird in the spelling that I'm just going to spell it out. Okay, so that's the angel. Ascended Master Mataji is easier to spell. This is not. Smoky quartz. I love smoky quartz. Absolutely in love with smoky quartz. Okay, and so this is heavenly mercy. Okay, we bring you the gift of heavenly mercy. As you grow spiritually, your energy field becomes more substantiated. Your thoughts and actions carry more karmic weight in the world. As your power increases, your ability to do good increases too. Your positive words can have a potent effect on others. So too can the very human moment where you may be having an off day and unintentionally respond to another in a way that is not unconditionally loving. We do not want you to... Okay, what's going on here? Oh my God. Okay, sorry you guys. They're asking me to put a puzzle to this thing. They always do that with every live, so there's a delay. Oh my Lord. Hang on. All right, let me continue because it looks like they're going to shut me down. I don't know why. Okay, let's do this again. This is insane. Sorry, guys. It's TikTok again with their way of, you know. So give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, this is insane. All right, sorry. We also know that what they do is they put this puzzle that you have to put together, or else they shut you down. Some of the things they do is insane. Okay, to help you, let me start a little higher. We do not want you to be afraid of becoming powerful. We know that most often you are going to make positive contribution with your power. We also know that sometimes you will wish you could undo a choice you have made and its effect. To help you, we offer our karmic protection, where the destructive impact of your action is softened and the positive effect of your actions is enhanced. As you grow in power and impact, our gift of heavenly mercy will surround you, aligning your actions with divine will and blessing, and all affected by you with divine compassion. As you grow spiritually, your energy field increases. There's a spiritual weight that is generated in the soul, and it translates into your thoughts, words, and actions, carrying greater power, influence, and impact in the world. Your thoughts can become more powerful in effect than the actions that some may take. Your feelings can become powerful enough to transform the energy of a room or even a group of people. Some advanced souls affect entire cities as they travel. Did you hear that? Some advanced souls affect entire cities as they travel. Their light triggering, clearing, and uplifting the entire frequency of that place. Where your impact might have been limited, though just as important, to having an effect on one person when you speak, the power of your increasing spiritual impact can cause the energy of your words to be broadcast far and wide throughout the inner planes. Those who are sensitive enough will be consciously able to see and feel you as they meditate or sleep. You will be working for the light even when you think you are not. Wow, bravo. So that was middle, okay? That was middle. Any questions on that? Any questions on that? This is really interesting. All these crystals harmonize with chakras. Yes. Yes. Wow, I felt that way while traveling with my twin. There are people that have auric fields that go out to 20 miles. So it can. It's really interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do is another oracle reading. Okay, this is going to be much shorter, only because it's by this amazing artist who lives in Glastonbury, aka known as Avalon in England. And this is The Mystic of Magdalena. It's by Cheryl Yambrek Rose. Her oracles are very short, but I don't know what it is about her stuff. In fact, this was the deck I used when my mother was on her deathbed. I was pulling oracle cards from this, and of course other decks, but the day she passed, I did the last oracle reading on her, and it was amazing. It was, you know, oracle cards are like so important to me. Not just crystals. I love crystals, but there's something about oracle decks where your guides are using these cards to communicate, okay? I massively believe in these decks. I can't tell you how many times I've done twin flame readings for clients, and I shit you not, where we pull out one card and it is the number of their birth date or their combined numerology with their twin or their twin flame numbers life path. I kid you not. It's never, and then the message is perfect. It's like amazing. All right, so we're going to do The Mystic of Magdalena, and I want you to pick top, bottom, or middle. Top, bottom, or middle. 33 viewers. 34 now. 7, the journey. All right, when you're ready. When you are ready. Middle. Hey, my unicorn friend. Middle. Okay, I pulled out middle. I'm pulling out middle. I'm going to pull out top. And I'm going to pull out, does anybody want the bottom or no? We're done? We're good? So I just did middle and also top. Thank you for all your beautiful content and hard work. Oh, you're so sweet, Gina. Thank you. Okay, guys, we got it. We're done. So I've got top and I've got middle. I've already pulled them. Okay. So the top is 16, and it's a woman that has this black bird flying. She's definitely married Magdalena, and she's looking at a candle, the flame of a candle. The number is 16, which is the tower, both in Kabbalah numerology and in tarot. 16 is the tower. The tower collapses when you hold on, when you have a white knuckle grip on situations, people, or things. And when you don't let go, when you don't see the writing on the wall, or rather you refuse to see the writing on the wall, you'll have a tower moment. But in 16 turns into 7, which is the journey. But let's go ahead and read 16. And here we go. It's very short, but it's, Okay, 16, hope and illumination hold the light. Holding space for others can be exhausting and sometimes a thankless job. Remember to take time out for yourself to process your feelings. Mary of Magdalene's exile in Egypt must have been a difficult time for her. It is said that Joseph of Arimathea was her guardian, and other family members were with her all those years, but she would have had to bear being separated from her bridegroom meaning Yeshua, while she remained in the third density realm. Let me repeat that. But she would have had to bear being separated from her bridegroom while she remained in the third density realm. In Egypt, Mary birthed her child in secret to the Davidic bloodline so that the Davidic bloodline could remain hidden. Her teachings would hold the space as she was physically, mentally, and emotionally present for the others. Holding space means putting your focus on someone other than yourself and supporting them as they explore their feelings in a loving, non-judgmental space. Mary was able to raise her frequency and meet with Yeshua on the other planes, such as the sacred marriage chamber of Hyros Gamos. Here, their souls would joyfully reunite in the embrace of the true light continuum. Holding this presence illuminated her for all to see and feel it. In this way, others experienced their sacred love. Have the patience to stay in a place and wait quietly for a while. It won't be forever. In the painting, the dove sleeps while waiting for humanity to awaken. The flame burns clear and bright as a symbol of hope. That was 16. Beautiful card. The next card is 39. It's an Egyptian woman, definitely Egyptian, with the moon behind her. So it's 39. Queen of the Sun. Nothing is lost that cannot be found. Nothing is lost that cannot be found. All right. What you perceive as gone may be retrieved if sought, bearing in mind that lost items may change form, appearances, or conditions. The story of Isis and Osiris paralleled the story of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, as do the stories of Inanna and Dumuzi, and Aphrodite and Adonis. The death of the solar king and the bride searching the earth to bring him back was a well-known narrative in ancient times. Osiris was murdered by his brother, and his body was cut up and dispersed. Isis, to give a more modern take, gathered the pieces of her beloved until she had enough of Osiris's DNA to clone him and make herself a son, Horus. This is not as far-fetched as it sounds. For highly evolved beings who were far ahead in science and molecular biology, both Isis and Horus are depicted with wings in art and sculptures, a well-known symbol for beings who descend from the heavens. By around the 3rd century BCE, the worship of Isis had spread from Egypt to Rome. Initiations into the cult of Isis involved the symbolic death and resurrection. The priestess, bride, anointed the initiate in a reenactment of the death of Osiris, the solar king, and his return to the corporal world. This ceremony is mirrored in the sacred marriage and fertility rituals. Be open in your search, and when you find what you seek, accept its transformation. Change may be the only constant, but it is often hard to adjust to. Perseverance and embrace change in its current configuration. Very, very, very wise. And I'm going to tell you something. I was going to do this, but now that I just read this, I am doing this. So I have, let me make sure I have the book. I have Alana Fairchild. I happen to have it. Any questions on this? I doubt you have questions. It's pretty clear, but any questions or comments? I'm going to pull out the Isis Oracle deck because we were led to it. I mean, to me, that's a normal, that's like, let's do it, okay? So, it's called the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I very, very rarely, it resonates. Wonderful, Jennifer. I rarely use this deck. I'm not joking. And I did a healing session with my healer, because healers need to work with healers. And it had been a long time since I'd done it because I was taking care of my twin. So I hadn't done it in like months, which I don't recommend. Don't ever do that. But anyway, Isis came into the into the reading. Isis came to me, and Isis was very upfront that I need to concentrate on more of her wisdoms. And here I am. We have a divine masculine who picked top, and excuse me, what was I forgot? Yeah, it was top, and that was Isis, I believe. Or no, you guys picked middle, and it was Isis. I don't remember, but anyway, let's pick Isis. And let's pick a card. Let's see what's going on. Let's pick top, bottom, or middle. Let's do it again. And let's read what the message is. This is fascinating to me today. Fascinating. All right. Top, bottom, or middle. Top, bottom, or middle. Top. Okay. Top, bottom, or middle. Top. Okay. Bottom. Anything else? Top. Okay, we're going to go with top. We're going with top. This is called Temple of Carnelian, entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. Okay, let's go. Let me look. Now, this is not numbered, so bear with me while I look for the bloody page. Because, bloody hell. Temple of Carnelian. Oh, bloody hell. How does she have it? Okay, here we go. So this is page 179. 179. Okay, let's go. And then let's read what the message is. Okay, Temple of Carnelian, entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. You have such strength within you. It is time to trust in your boldness and courage, taking risks that feel true to your heart, and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodied, and more yourself. Even if not always comfortable, are going to help you live the life you were born to live. In the fierce belly of Sekhmet, the lion-headed sister of Isis, the Egyptian goddess of passion, courage, and fire, there is no room for procrastination, self-doubt, or turning back. She urges you on to your high destiny, calling to you to believe, keep going, reach higher, and expand wider. You can do so knowing that the Temple of Carnelian will bring you warmth, strength, encouragement, and deep trust in your own body wisdom to guide you through any situations or relationships that may arise to test you so that you can grow into more of your magnificent being. What fascinates me about entering the Temple of Sekhmet, in the fierce belly of Sekhmet, is when I would do womb healing circles with women, one of the things that they had to buy, right, was a carnelian yoni egg. Carnelian. And I find it interesting. So you may want to get, if you don't have a carnelian, I mean a big one, the size of an egg, okay? Get a big one. You may want to get one. This oracle calls you to have the courage of your conviction, to have faith in yourself and your own process, to be fearless as you are assured of victory. Sekhmet will not be defeated. If you are concerned that you are biting off more than you can chew, or you're not sure about the path you are taking, if you are up to the standard, or if you will ever gain the recognition that you feel you deserve, then know that you enter the Temple of Carnelian into the fire belly of the lion-headed priestess. You shall be guided to success. Sekhmet comes alive with boldness. Her power grows with courage, and her fire will burn bright in your life as passion, success, and victory. She says, fortune favors the bold and guides you to take the leap you know in your heart it is time for you to take. Trust that she will protect your love, heart, and vision, encouraging you to shine more brightly. This oracle also brings a particular message about divine justice. If you are involved or witnessing a situation that seems unjust, abusive, or concerning, and are worried that it is not right, the lion sister priestess tells you that it shall be resolved according to divine justice, and there is nothing to fear. Pray to her in unconditional love for her, resolution, and trust. If you feel intuitively to act, then do so. Otherwise, allow her to have her way, as she has done and always will do. There's much more unfolding in life than we can possibly know consciously, and her ways are vast and many. Divine justice always prevails. The oracle is also a yes to any question that you're asking. Any obstacles in the way of manifestation of your desires will be cleared away. Sometimes it is our own ego that is cleared, so don't worry if there are a few bumps on the path. It is just part of the manifestation of the desire. Sekhmet assures it will come to pass. In fact, the manifestation has already commenced. Wow. Ritual healing in the Temple of Carnelian. If you have pieces of carnelian crystals, jewelry with carnelians, or even orange, red, or brown colored cloth, crystals, clothing, or candles, you may like to bring them into your sacred space for this healing. Once you have created your warm ritual space, sit comfortably with your spine in an upright position and close your eyes, taking your breath and your awareness deep into your belly. Be aware of a light growing in the belly, warm and strong. Imagine following the light into the belly, deeper and deeper you go until you become part of a vast pyramid made of ancient sandstones with swirling sand patterns on its face. It is warm, pulsating, alive with energy. Take your time to sense the entrance of the pyramid. You feel effortless, drawn toward the entrance, and you descend quickly into the pyramid itself now. Inside there is a darkness, and warm torches or rich flames. As your sense of awareness adjusts to being inside the pyramid, you send warmth and vibrancy. There is an altar with flames burning in huge bowls made of carnelian. The warm red and orange tones and the light of the fire burning create a golden glow in the room. Just feel the power, warmth, and energy in the temple warming you from within. You become aware of a great stepping out from behind the altar into the center of the temple. Her energy is powerful, and her presence is very strong. She steps forward as a golden, lion-headed goddess, vibrant and radiant like the sun. She sweeps her hand before your eyes, placing a soft filter before your eyes, so that whilst you are at the temple, you can gaze at her without being blinded by her intensity and light. She is radiant and powerful, fierce and filled with heat and energy, like the sun. You bow your head in deep respect, and she nods in acknowledgement. She gestures to the largest carnelian bowl filled with fire in the center of her carnelian temple. You notice the fire in the bowl, gazing into its dancing flame. You know that she is offering you use of the central flame. It will purify any matter that you offer to it. You can choose to release into the fire any fear, doubt, uncertainty, or habit that would hold you back from fulfilling your high destiny, allowing life to flow through you to a greater degree. It won't always feel comfortable. Sometimes it will feel challenging and scary. But even with that, underneath it will always feel right. Do you dare surrender energies that would hold you back into her divine fire? Once the fire of Sekhmet consumes and destroys these energies, she will give them back, transform, but you will not leave. Her temple the same as you entered, as you are ready and willing for your own transformation to occur. She waits for one moment longer and then steps forward. It is time for her to decide. She deftly raises her arms and the fire leaps. Now it is time to toss away that which you no longer need. Do you feel it now? Feel the exhilaration as you let go. Let yourself moan or release a cry as you do so. Let your entire body, mind, soul, and spirit into her magnificent fire. When you are done, moments later, the fire dies away, and within the bowl there is a golden dust. Feel the peace in the temple and the knowing in Sekhmet's eyes as she inclines her head, acknowledging that you have trusted her and received her healing grace. Be at peace with yourself. Sekhmet waves her hand over the golden dust in the carnelian bowl, and it gathers itself in swirling light around you. Let it settle in your body, your chakras, your hair. When the swirling has finished, Sekhmet is gone, and you are outside the pyramid again, traveling back quickly towards your belly and breath following. You are changed. Well done. Take your time and be aware of yourself in this space. When you are ready, open your eyes. That was amazing. It was the first time I ever read this, so this was amazing. Great oracle. That felt personal. Wow, that's incredible. We're in carnelian now. Carnelian for the root chakra, exactly. Wow, I was just thinking of her. That's amazing. Well, that you were attracted at the right time. All right, would you like one last oracle reading? Do you guys want one last oracle reading? Because it's weird how they talked about the sun. The first card in the crystal talked about the sun. Am I correct? About being blinded by the sun. About being exhausted. Remember? I don't know if you remember, but there it is. So there's a theme going on here. And I find that when I play with oracle cards with you guys, there's always a theme. It's so crazy. All right, so let me see. I'm trying to see if you know what? I'm going to go with this deck. It's called the Angelic Lightwork Healing Oracle. Healing Magic and Manifestation with the Archangels. Alana Fairchild. I'm not kidding. She's my girl. I mean, yes, I have other oracle people, but I just can't. You know, I have to. All right, so these are more images of what you would imagine. Well, when you look at the images of these cards, it's really interesting, but it's just light. It's just these prismatic, geometric, sacred geometry light. It's amazing. It's how we really look when we're not in bodies. It's how we are when we want to be. But, you know, we always take form. Even in the ethers, we take forms that give us pleasure. Does that make sense? All right, so we're going to do it again. This time, only one choice. A majority wins. And it's top, bottom, and middle. Okay? Top, bottom, and middle. When you're ready. Middle. Okay, I'm going to stop. So we got middle. 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 Okay, I'm going to go with middle. All right. When you don't know what to pray for. This is number 7. It says, when you don't know what to pray for. Okay, let's do it. When you don't know what to pray for. Bear with me. All right, let's begin. 7. When you don't know what to pray for. What do you do when you don't know what to pray for but are unsure to what to pray for? Simply pray for what you need, knowing that the divine mind knows all. Even when we are uncertain of where we are going or how we will get there, we can trust to a higher, loving spiritual intelligence is awakening within us. That spiritual intelligence knows that what we need and how to attract it into our experience. If you have a fixed prayer in mind, you might be wondering why you have attracted this oracle. It is a reminder that even when we think we have it all figured out and know what the problem is, our viewpoint can change. Keep your heart and mind open to possibilities as you relax and allow the universe to work its magic as Archangel Michael supports you with fierceness and compassion. Wow. That was it. I mean, there's more, but it's, you know, there's more. But what it is if you get this deck, it has a healing manifestation. So if you want to do it, just act as if you're saying the words while I read it. And it is a ceremony. So if you want to do it, let me know if you want to do it or if you want to go for another oracle reading. Do you want to do another oracle? Because this is more of an exercise that honestly you should do yourself. Though every blue moon, it feels appropriate to me to do it on the spot, so I do it. Thank you very much for being here. All right, does anybody want a ceremony? Okay, you got it. Okay, healing, magic, and manifestation. Begin by placing your right hand on your heart and thinking about what you feel gratitude, happiness, or love for in your life. Then say out loud, Archangel Michael, you bring the strength, will, and protection of sacred fire to me now for the greatest good of all. Sacred fire brings the healing gifts of cleansing, freedom from the past, and renewal. I gotta stop. Do you realize we just had a sacred fire ritual with Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess? And here we are doing it again. It's wild to me. Wow. So I may experience a new chapter in my life. Please hold and protect the sacred space for healing to happen. According to divine grace, I open my heart to you, and my dear angelic friend, please empower and bless this sacred work. So be it. As you hold your hand over your heart, you can visualize, imagine, intend, or pretend that deep indigo blue light forms a sacred circle around you. This circle may be small or as large as you feel right for you. Let it sit around you, hip level, as the light of that circle shines in all directions. It feels good to be in that circle. It feels powerful and positive. You can support this process with your words saying, a sacred circle of divine protection now forms around me in a divine indigo light. Take a moment to repeat Archangel Michael at least several times for as long as it feels good for you. You can sing, chant, whisper, or speak boldly and loudly. Whatever suits your heart in that moment is best. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. As you repeat the angelic name, you can imagine, intend, or feel that you are increasing the presence of Archangel Michael within your heart and your sacred space. Set your intention now. By expressing the reason you are doing this healing, you can speak to Archangel Michael like you are speaking to a trusted friend. If you aren't sure why you are doing the healing, but you know you need some help, then express that. Please note, if you are doing this healing on behalf of another, ask for their permission first. If that is not practical, then say, I would like to offer this healing to say blank, the name, or to whoever and whatever it can do most good. Read the guidance below to complete the process. So the guidance below is long. Well, let's do it. The prayer. Beloved Archangel Michael, I ask for divine wisdom, unconditional love, miracles, and healing grace to manifest in the best possible ways to bring spiritual benefit to all beings. I don't always understand what is needed for healing and happiness, but I trust that you know. With free will, I ask for your intervention, protection, guidance, and action for the greatest good. I offer my soul to the service of divine love. If I can be of use in some way, please guide me. I am open to your divine guardianship and guidance. May beautiful blessings manifest for all. So be it. Visualize a beautiful chalice within the center of your heart. That chalice becomes filled with endless blessings, perhaps symbolized by jewels, pure water, loving energy. Those blessings begin to tumble from the overflowing chalice in your heart. They flow onto your path, into your world. You don't have to understand what is happening, for it has benefits for you and the others. Allow this process to occur for as long as it feels good for your heart. You may wish to finish your process by placing your hands in prayer at your heart and choosing to feel gratitude for anything that touches your heart in this process. When you are ready, it is time to ground yourself. Become aware of your feet connected to the earth. Imagine the energy around your head beginning to settle towards your heart, your belly, your legs, and then your feet. Don't just imagine this. Feel it happening. Imagine that your connection between your feet and the earth is so strong that if someone tried to push you over, you wouldn't fall. You are strongly rooted to earth. Then say, from my grateful heart, I thank Archangel Michael. The sacred work is now complete. May the energies generated here today bring spiritual benefits to all beings. May any excess energy be sent to others where it can do the most good. So be it. Finally, visualize, imagine, or pretend that the sacred circle of light you created dissolved into the earth. It takes all the delicious divine energies and grounds them according to your intention and higher divine wisdom. Wow. That was quite something. That was quite a reading. Sending you and blessings. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, love. That's very sweet. Thank you. Any questions or comments? Did you guys have any downloads you'd like to share with the collective? Did anyone experience something that was very transcendental, very beautiful and powerful? Yeah, she's quite something. She is an incredibly talented oracle writer. For real. She's amazing. Any questions or shares of your experience during this particular... I mean, we went through a lot of oracle cards, and it was weird how it all... Not weird, but what magic that it all fell into place. So the oracle cards was Crystal Mandela, all Alana Fairchild. Crystal Mandela, the mystic of Mary Magdalena, right? Hang on, let me read it correctly. Yeah, of Magdalena. You had Angelic Lightwork. You had the Isis Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. Pretty much all of them were Alana Fairchild except for the Mystic of Magdalena. And the Mystic of Magdalena is by Cheryl Yambrick Rose. So if you put the Mystic of Magdalena Oracle deck, it should come up easily. All right. Light rays shooting from my heart space, very bright, turning into blue light. Beautiful. So that Angel Michael. You know what's interesting? Beautiful readings and decks. Absolutely. I agree. What's your price for a reading? It's $108 for 60 minutes. It includes numerology. I have to know. I call it a foundational reading. And what I do is I do your numerology because I need to understand what's going on. If you have a twin or high-level soulmate, I need to know what the karmic, what do those numbers mean here. And I don't do it like, I'm not looking at your life path. So let's say your life path is, I'll use me as an example. My life path is 5, but the story isn't 5 so much. The story is 32 and 23, which is when I add all the numbers, it comes out to 32 when I add the 9, when I was born in the 1900s. And then there's, then I take out the 9, it's 23. These two stories tell me something about me. And then the day I was born, the 18th of the month, that tells me another story. And I need to understand these stories. So technically, I wasn't born with any heavy karmic baggages. 18 was what I had to overcome to turning into 9. And what that means is I had to go through the spiritual material conflict of this life in 3D, choosing my spiritual path over making money, or overlooking, being a certain way, or marrying certain people, or living a certain lifestyle. And that, and in other words, I made a choice, right? And then what happened is the 18 spiritual material conflict transmuted into 9. Does that make sense? So when I do numerology, it's not just, you're 5, and there's more to it. And so when I looked at my life with my twin, and I'm using me as an example, our life path combined was 16, which was the tower. Until that was our life until we turned into 7, the journey, and that's when we journeyed right out of twin flames into twin ray. That's exactly what happened. So it includes that. It includes an oracle message, and it includes a tarot, like throws, where we do psychic work, and sometimes I get downloads from the Akashic. If I do an Akashic reading, which you've got videos, you can look at that, and I'm going to do more because it's fascinating. When I do an Akashic reading, it includes all that, plus I meditate for 20 minutes, and then I call you, and it's a 70-minute session, which includes everything I've just said, and it's $162. But the Akashic reading is incredibly robust because I get all these past lives, and quite often I get past lives on other planets, and quite often I find out when you first fell from, say, 60, 70 into 3D, what the hell happened, okay? And that's kind of important because at that point you can repair it. I just received mail from the court. They granted my injunction release. That's congratulations. 9/18/85. Yeah. So I don't do numerology on the spot like that. What I would do is when I do a numerology clinic, I might do one tomorrow. Actually, usually it's $15, which is nothing. Or you can just do a reading with me. Thanks, you're welcome. I just received. So can I ask you, what did you do to get, your good news, Livy? What did you do? Did you do some manifesting work, or did you meditate? What did you do to get a success? If you want to share. Anyway, any other questions or comments? Any other questions? Okay, so this reading will be uploaded on my YouTube channel on Sacred Intimacy Tarot. You can check it out. And I might do another live tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see. And if I do a live tonight, I might do numerology. At that point, I'll do, usually I do famous people because, what the hell? And then at that point, we go. Usually, I prefer historical figures. Manifested lots of guidance from our Creator. Very, very good. And that's all it takes. Very, very good. That's a great success. I love hearing that. That's great. I love that for you. And it shows you how powerful you are. During your life now, I remember my dream, dreamt of my grandfather, first time ever. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. That's interesting. There's definitely a message there, or messages for you there. So that is wild. I've never dreamt of my grandfather. Never. So that is quite interesting. Any other shares or comments or questions? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bid you all much love on your journey. It is not easy at all, I know, but take heart. You got some beautiful messages, okay? So I'll upload this today, and I need to create some content on my profile page, so I'll be seeing, I'll be bringing up some new videos for you guys to check out. I do have a new video on inner child healing. It's 18 minutes. You may want to check it out under my guided meditation tabs. There's Ho'oponopono. There's purging past lovers and predators. There's a lot of healing stuff that you really need to do. By the way, I will not come to you for a reading, okay? I'm not going to hit you up. Please be careful, okay? There are people hustling and acting like they're me, and don't do that, okay? If you want a reading with me, you have to go on my website, which is tonybarca.com, or go on my profile page and look at my link tree, and you'll be linked directly. Okay? All right. Sending you much love on your journey. Namaste. Be well.